Record. Okay, recording in progress.
That's also going to be there. All right. I believe both of us are in the morning.
Yes.
So, my name is Onebong Blessing. So nice to have you here with us. So, I'll just do a brief introduction because you are actually our first guest for Mental Health Global Talk. So, concerning the mental health tour is basically because we're trying to focus on mental health related issues from different countries and different persons, from professionals to just different persons entirely, because we know it's peculiar to different persons. You understand? For place of work, mental health means something else. That is more like, oh, I don't expect my boss to shout at me, things like that. But for practitioners, it means something entirely different. So that's the essence of the whole mental health global talk tour. What I can handle here in Nigeria is different from what I can handle, somebody can handle in the Western country and other places in Africa.
Yes.
So having said that, like I said, my name is Enebong Blessing. So please could you introduce yourself to us? Imagine I'm meeting you for the first time.
Oh, and my introduction is so very short, hey? I I I I, I haven't known how to specify myself like me only. Every time I introduce myself, I'm always saying, my name is Desire Mogosoane, and I'm the founder of Instinctively Beyond, which is a blog about self-empowerment. I'm a mother of three, a wife, I'm a daughter, a sister, and a friend also. So yeah, that is my introduction.
Simple and short,
Yeah, simple
straight to
and
the point. Maybe this is the first time I'm finding out that you're a mother of three, and you look like somebody that just newly got married. Wow, that's top-notch maintenance. That's
yeah.
amazing. So you mentioned Instincts Beyond. I think this like when I saw it in your bio, I was like, "Ah, is this a name? You know, different persons have different names.
Mm.
I know of someone, his own name in the mental health space is Mr. Capable. So when I saw that, I felt like, okay, maybe that's what you gave yourself in that niche. I didn't know it was like a movement. Amazing.
Uh,
So, this is the point I'll use the Mrs. I know you want to sound very humble, but I would use Mrs. for you. So, Mrs. Desire, could
yes.
you tell us about what you do and why did you decide to go into that field?
I'm an author. I'm an author of five published books. And as I've
Oh,
also mentioned that I'm a founder of Instinctively Beyond, which is a blog. I have turned it into a business because it's all about self-empowerment, empowering women mostly and youth. And I'm
okay.
also a regional operation manager of a Kuluma Africa co-trading project, and also a host of the Kuluma Africa podcast, which focuses on celebrating positive stories in everyone. And I always say I'm all in one because I believe the sky is the limit. Anything that come, I take over. And I find joy in educating and empowering people of all ages. Yeah, so overall, I'm inspired by the journey to the beginning, which has given me the chance to look back on my life's journey and rewrite some of my past pages, you know. So yeah, I'm experiencing so much joy in being a full-time writer, having to partner with Kuluma Africa also.
Okay. That's quite a lot. How do you balance it
Not
with
easy.
family, personal life, and then you have those friends that will come to your DM and say, Desire, I never knew you didn't care about me. With
Yeah,
all these things you are doing. Wow.
yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot, but I'm handling it because I left my full-time job. I used to work full-time with one of the banking the bank in South Africa, one of the biggest bank in South Africa. So yeah, I left because I wanted just to concentrate on my passion of empowering people.
You have my respect. You
Thank you.
left one of the biggest bank in Africa, in South
Yeah,
Africa rather, just to focus on this. Then it's really, I think it's where I would say it's passion.
yeah,
Some persons will tell you that if your passion is not funding you, drop your passion.
yeah,
But you you dropped what is funding you and decided, because I know how early beginnings can be challenging. There are those times you just lie on your bed and be like, why did I? How did I? Who talked me into this thing?
yeah.
And when you are five published books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, amazing. Okay, so that takes me to the next question.
Okay.
What is or are the challenges you face in your niche when it comes to mental health in your country? Just like what I explained earlier on, mental health related challenges or issues is peculiar to different
Mm,
countries, and even in countries, it's peculiar to different locations. For instance, I think in Lagos right now, the mental health talk and awareness is compared to before is more I'm trying to get the right word. Okay,
mm-hmm.
persons are really talking more about it. So a lot of persons are coming to get to know about it. But
Mm,
when you get to I'm just trying to explain something, just in
yeah.
case not that as well anything
Okay.
deeper. When you get to the northern part of Nigeria, it's not as it hasn't gone that wild, like in spreading the information.
Mm,
So how I think when answering this question, it should be specific, not just in South Africa. Maybe you can pick a place if you are comfortable with it to tell us the challenges you're facing concerning this.
yeah. What I have observed, ne, is that there are too many people, or rather too many organizations, like NGOs, that advocate for mental health. Like there's a lot of preaching and a lot of awareness out there about mental health, but people don't want to open up. Like they are not ready to share their feelings because they think it's a weakness to cry out for help, you know. And that thing we are carrying it as a generalized case of being strong from back at our home, you know, especially when it comes to men. You can't cry out, you can't ask for help, and then that thing is bad for your mental health.
Oh, wow. Could you give us maybe a few reasons why people don't want to share? At least so that we can get a background, because I'm like, I thought it was only Nigerians. In South Africa you have whites and blacks. So I felt since they are whites, it should be a bit more easier. But not hearing that persons still don't want to share. Is there a particular reason or reasons why they don't want to share?
I believe it because people they don't want to be seen. They don't want people to know about their problems, you know. And
Okay.
yeah, that is one of the most biggest reason because they believe that if you go out there looking for help, crying out, it will look like you are weak.
Mm.
Like I said, it's a generalized case that we have been taught, especially from the rural areas, that you a man cry from within.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Sometimes I ask these questions that why is that easier for persons in the Western world to share? Because I belong to quite a number of groups
Mm,
on LinkedIn, on Facebook. There's a
mm,
particular group chat. In fact, for my own mental sanity, I had to stop reading the messages every day.
mm.
You hardly see anything positive there. Person just come online and they just post publicly. Nobody really cares. And nobody judges. That's just the interesting thing about it. If
Yeah.
someone just come and I'm a mother of two, I'm tired of life, I'm frustrated, my son doesn't want me, my husband hates me,
Mm.
I feel like ending my life. And I'm like, wait, why can't Africans type something like
No.
that? People are encouraging them, and then you hear things like, "Oh, I can understand. I was once here. This is what I did. This is what I did," and I'm like, "Wow." like it's just beautiful to have such person to express themselves. But Africa, I think one of our problems is I would say stigmatization.
Mm,
And a lot of persons still feel like having mental health related issues is still likened to be weakness or
yeah,
madness in extreme
yeah.
cases. Yeah, we really have a long way to go. We do. Okay. So, is there any practical way or ways you are combating the challenges you talked about?
I believe that allowing people to remain anonymous can encourage them to open up about their feelings mostly, because this way they can share their emotion without fear of being judged. A challenge that many of us, like I said, in the rural area, like because uh, when it comes to being anonymous, it mostly focuses on social media. That's the platform that we have for anonymity. But when we come to rural areas, because I'm from the rural area, but I stay in Joburg now, we don't have any resources that can allow us to be anonymous because everything is done physically. Like most of the people don't go to social media. So in the end, I think maybe they can go back to a more physical system like the government, such as a log box where people can submit their written thought, you know, and then this box can be placed centrally somewhere where everyone can access it. Also, actually, I don't know if you've been to rural areas, but if maybe let's say they can place a box there in the middle of something, and then somebody will feel like, who will see me when I go there to place something in there, and then somebody can even open that box, just to laugh at somebody. Like it's a big challenge. I will still have a long way to go. It's a very big challenge, I'm telling you. So they're the only people that can be able to talk about it is those who are able to go to social media. There's a lot of groups, a lot of individuals who open their platform to have people be anonymous. And mostly when they be anonymous, there are those people who comment about their problems like in a bad way. Like they will go like, oh, now it's your turn to have problems. We have been through that as well. You will get through. I've seen something like that. Then and when people tell you about their problem, you'll be like, no, just hang in there. It's your turn now. Like there's too many jokes around mental health that people don't realize the person who posted it, what they are going through.
I'm
I'm,
short of
I'm
words.
even getting out of line now.
Wow. Is it that so far maybe you said there are NGOs around? Is it that the NGOs have not been able to get any approval from government or support? I think if that box is there and keys are given to specific set of persons,
Mm,
that oh, you can put anything you can put in the box and this
mm,
person can use the key to open and have that conversation. I think it's safer. But
mm,
then I looked at it that it's a two-way thing.
mm,
If persons get to know that, some person can just decide to break the box
mm.
and take letters and all of that. This is really a big problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. But have you thought about still engaging government officials to find other solutions that could work out? Since social media is not, I'm surprised that in this era of social media, lots of persons don't still use it. Are they more of elderly persons or youths in that area that you are?
Are there any?
Are they more of elderly persons? Since you said social media, they don't really use social media there. Is it
Yeah.
that you have more of elderly persons than young persons there?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. That's at least when there's social media, it makes it way more easier. And you can't force people to be on social media. A lot of persons still don't see a need to be. That means it's more like you have to go physical to
Mm-hmm.
this person. This is the moment I say thumbs up. You are really doing a great job over there. Well done. So, in midst of all these things, because I know challenges will bring stress and all of that, and trying to like build up come lots of stress associated with it. So, how do you manage stress and your mental wellness? You have to be there for persons. So then, how do you now manage your own stress personally? You're a mother of three. You need to be there for your husband, your sister, your daughter. How do you now manage all of this whole thing? And it's not like you're walking on the streets
Mhm.
crazy, but you're still being soft. How do you do it?
I spend most of my time alone when the kids are gone to school, my husband gone to work. So I always practice a lot of mirrors positive self-talk. Like I do it all the time. So I also record myself talking about how useless it is to be stressed, to be in doubt. And though it is not a one day thing, I have come a long way in finally fully trusted myself to refuse, to let stress interfere in my life. It it it's a long process, but I can say that talking to yourself, though it may sound crazy, but talking to yourself, telling yourself, hey, no, wait, do this. Like saying hello to yourself in the morning, it goes a long way. I even one time had a mental health practitioner saying that you can hug yourself. Like you can wake up and hug yourself. Like it's weird. And if you think it's weird, why do you think it's weird? Is there anybody seeing you? Nobody's seeing you. Because normally most of the time when you're doing things, you're thinking, who's watching me? So if you're alone, talk to yourself alone. Nobody's watching. And the more you talk to yourself, the more you let yourself know what you want. How did you achieve it? How was your day today? What is it that you can do better? Yeah, so that helped me because I think it was 5 years ago when I was still at work when going to be taking us to short courses. So that was one of the recommendation and it really helped.
Amazing.
Mm.
I talk to myself. I don't want to, that's I'm smiling. I talk to myself a lot
Yeah,
because really, times you are all alone. You can't
yeah,
always have things around you. You just have to get by. Do you practice any self-care routine? When the kids are off, are there anything that makes you happy and keeps you sane beyond the positive affirmations that you say to yourself?
yeah, because if let's say if you are stressed, right, and you're sitting alone, the one thing that can help you is somebody to come and say, hey, are you okay? Then you start opening up. But why can't you do it alone? Why can't you say to yourself, hey, are you okay? And then you take it, it goes with the flow. Because in the
Oh,
end,
yeah, that.
somebody will ask you. And if nobody asks you, imagine you will be like that the whole day. And in the end, you have the solution within you.
Oh, that's actually true. I think
Yeah.
nobody tells you the better truths than yourself. Because you know yourself, except maybe there are persons that are chronic liars. They lie to everybody and they still lie to themselves. But if you're true with yourself, it goes a very, very long way.
Yeah.
So lastly, do you have a particular maybe a quote or any message you would love persons to hear out there? Because people will definitely watch this. What's that their take home from
Um,
this, message to the audience. That's the point.
Already, what I realized, because I only resigned last year, in 2023. So I realized following your dreams requires a lot of courage and it requires a lot of researches. Like you need to do research, you need to go out of your way to find out what you're going to follow, how it will come out. You need to have the courage to say, should things go wrong, will I still hold up or will I back down? Will I give up? So yeah, and we also live in a time where information is available like all over and waiting for you to take advantage, you know. And hey, there are a lot of rejections out there. Hey, they will advocate you to give up. But you know, if you know why you started, you must push on, you know? Yeah. So don't back down, back up, chin up, and do your thing. I'm especially talking to those people who are following their passion, their dreams, you know, because when you follow your dreams, it will find you in a place where you have been put by circumstances. Like maybe say after your matric, you get a job, and after that job, you get another. Then, but something inside you is burning that want you to follow it. And then you realize that you are not happy at work, not because the work is bad or the people are bad, but because something within you is trying to come out. So yeah, I'm talking to those people. But on a normal day, if you are going to a 8 to 5 work, push on. It's giving something. So yeah, never to give up wherever you are in your life.
think the my own personal take home is courage. You
Yeah.
know, when you talked about saying some person just keep changing, going from jobs to jobs.
Mm,
It's what my own interpretation personally is more like um seeking that answer most times that it's just you, not it starts with you personally.
yeah.
Because I think people can change of jobs. Some persons for better income, for some others,
Mm,
they want the place like home. But I think personally is if you don't accept yourself as a place of your you
mm,
yourself is your home, there's really you can't really get the answer out there per
yeah.
se. Of course, I know there are persons that help, but that part of courage, I need to increase my energy tank for courage.
Yeah, sometimes you will feel like, yes, I'm not happy here, the income is not right. Then you get another job that with a better income, but still you're not happy. You don't understand
It
what
gets
is it that I want. Like you keep on changing jobs, getting promotion, being a manager even, but then something is not right. And that's why I call my journey the journey to the beginning because I'm traveling back to where I started when I used to write write all the time.
Thank you very, very much. I would still have one last thing for go, but I just wanted to like create balance. Nobody's saying getting a job is a bad thing because I know some persons can read meaning to things upside down. But the point is, every one of us has worked at one point of in our lives, like white collar jobs, and some persons may probably still be doing it. The
Mm,
point is just find what works for you. But if you're trying to feel like you feel home at a place of work, just take that thing, just take it away because the job you're doing is not your job. It's not
yeah.
your father's job or your father's company per se. Even if it is,
Mm,
it may not resonate with you completely. Of course, there are seasons of person's life where you have to go through certain things. So just appreciate each season.
yeah.
That's the point we are trying to say. Appreciate each season. Another season will unfold and it just feels like every day you have to you have to have a yoga posture where you are affirming yourself. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do this
Oh, it
because
is
of
a
the
lot.
frustration. So thank you very much for your time. Like I
Thank
said, I wanted to not part of my question, it's just a whisper to you. How do you how do you do it with family? No, I know our children can be, I don't know the age bracket of your children,
Mm,
but for the fact that I say when they go to school, it's more like okay, at least secondary, primary, and you have your motherly roles, you know, and then your husband. How did you tell him that, babe, I want to resign? Did he just accept it? Was he so proud of you that say, "Oh, my wife, I knew you had it in you," or was there anything? And did you discuss with your children? How did it go during that process?
Yeah, okay, how it went down. I told them that I wanted to resign like a year ago. And then when I checked, the pension fund and all that, hi, it wasn't enough to carry us through, you see. So because my husband is a businessman. So like I said, okay, let me push one more year, you see.
Okay.
And then I actually wanted to go back to school to finish my degree of teaching, which I started during COVID. And when I went back to register in January, they told me that things have changed. With university, they always reshuffle courses, and I was left with only 5 modules. Ne? But then they saying that things have changed. You can't do those 5 only. You need to add 4 more because there was a gap between, like, I did my degree in 2019, so I didn't complete it.
Okay.
So from that year until now, things have changed, and then more courses were added on top of it. And I thought, no, which that will take me another 2 years. I redecided. So I applied for facilitator. I'm a qualified facilitator, by the way. I applied for a facilitator in February, and I did it with assessor. I completed them both in June. So yeah, I'm a teacher, but not what a high school or primary teacher. But I'm actually an adult teacher. Your
Okay.
your meeting will end in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, I've got a notification. Yeah, so when I told them that I'm resigning because I wanted to be a teacher, they didn't mind because they knew that I love teaching. Yeah, they didn't mind. And when we add up our finances, we could see that we will survive, and we also in e-hailing business. So yeah, because normally with
Okay.
regard to leaving your job, the first thing that come to mind is finances.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's the exact reason why I asked.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that you didn't just consider your husband's opinion. You had to even speak to your children. So
Hmm.
there's some parents just do anything. They don't care whether the child is fine or not. I just wanted to get that, and it's a very, very good step. Thank you very much for sharing with us today. It's so glad to really
Thank
have you
you.
once again. Do you know that I was thinking it was Desiree
Yeah,
until you
yeah.
said design?
I know, hey, I know most people do that. They say Desiree, and Desiree does have double E at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, thank you very
Nima.
much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Uh,
So, thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to have our next guest once again. All right.